Well, it is another exciting morning. It is another very exciting morning here, and I might have just had technical difficulties. I apologize. If so, anyway, we have so much news. Breaking Herbert Ong has it this way. He says Elon drops bombshells, 50,000 bots in 2026, 500,000 bots in 2027. So Elon is saying, kind of repeating what we've heard from other sources, that you can 10x the production of these bots each year. So that would mean, of course, from 500,000 in 2027, you go to 5 million bots in 2028, 50 million in 2029. Now, at some point, these large numbers become a little more difficult, maybe, and the 10 times might not play out over forever. But if you wanted to, if you desired to, if you believe that the market was there for it, I believe you could actually do that with multiple factories across the world. Just plan in advance. These are not complicated factories. This is not a complicated product to assemble or to produce. The most complicated aspect, I think, is going to be the motors, uh, your and the arm from the elbow to the hand. This is going to be the most complicated part. And everything has to, there's small componentry that has to be done there. But these are not going to be as difficult to put together as, say, your smartphone, which is very complex, very small, tiny stuff that has to be done there. So you're building something that's actually bigger than that, that is going to be complex, and it's going to require some sophisticated work, but it may be that Optimus bots can do that sophisticated work. In any case, if Elon at this point believes he can build 50,000 in 2026 after building around 5,000, he's now talking about 5,000 working in the factories this coming year, then I believe that they are well along in terms of having this product ready to go. And then 500,000 in 2027, 5 million in 2028. I think those are no-brainers in terms of increasing the scale. Now, I've also mentioned many times before that, having built 3 factories in my life, I believe I did an analysis based on the size of the components, all the different things that have to be sub-assemblies, et cetera, based on a production line, et cetera. I believe you can make about 1 million bots a year in a factory, something on the order of 200,000 square feet. Might have even been smaller than that, but let's say 200,000 square feet would be plenty to build 1 million bots. And let's say I'm off. Maybe it's 300,000 square feet, but we're not talking about a gigafactory here. We're talking about something like we're doing with the megapacks, which are, even those are bigger, obviously much larger products than the bots would be. Anyway, then this comes in from Sawyer Merritt. He says, listen, Elon Musk said tonight that Tesla FSD will be safer than a human driver in about 3 months. We feel confident having probability of an accident, that the probability of an accident better than the average experienced driver within that time period. So this is a confirmation of the timing that he's been talking about. Brian Wong, of course, has suggested he thought it would be around April based on the improvements that we've been seeing. And so that would be right about the time that he's been thinking. Elon had originally said, June or July in terms of commercialization. And I do believe that I continue to believe that we will be stepwise. We will first of all have unsupervised, and it'll go out to the small crowd as it always does. The first, the people that have been actively in that first, whatever it is, 1,000 or 10,000 people that get it. Then it'll go out. If those people have good videos, then it'll go out to the next group. That might take a couple of weeks each, and then eventually it'll go wide. And then once it's gone wide and everything seems to be going along well in terms of the data being received by Tesla, then the commercialization will start. All of that could take a month or it could take 3 months. But I think if we start in April, May, then a couple of months later, we're probably starting with Robotaxi. Obviously, that would be phenomenal. Then we've got this additional information from the Jeff Lutz talking about the Tesla Optimus. And this is quoting Elon again. Unless someone is hiding something, we believe we have the most sophisticated robot in the world. We have a hand with 22 degrees of freedom. We'll build several thousand this year. And if all goes well, 10 times that, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if Tesla does sell 500,000 bots in 2027 at even a $30,000 profit each, now the $30,000 profit is half of what I'm expecting. I think that they will rent them, lease them. I don't care which term you want to use, that they will send these out. They won't sell them, because if they sell them, no matter if you sell them for 50,000, 100,000, people just turn around and resell them because they're worth so much more. Or if you buy it for 100,000, you'll turn around and lease it to somebody for 60,000 because they're worth at least a couple of $100,000 a year to a manufacturer. So I think that Tesla will try to reap all of the profits they can in the first few years. And I'm saying that might be $60,000 profit per year per bot. However, let's just take for fun 30,000 profit each that first year, 500,000. Whether they sell them, lease them, rent them, however it works, they get 30,000 profit each. That would give them a profit of 15 billion the first year, 2026 rather, which is pretty substantial, like more than the profits of the entire company right now. And then the next year, if they do increase it to 5 million, from 500,000 to 5 million, yes, then the profit, of course, would 10 times, and that would be 150 billion, which is more than Apple or NVIDIA or anybody else just for Optimus. Now, all that doubles if I'm right, if it's 60,000 a year, but it also more than doubles because now you're not charging per one time, you're charging per year. So the second year, the 30 billion times two, the 60,000 times 500,000, the 30 billion profit gets accumulated. And so the next year you have 300 billion for the new 5 million, and you've got another 30 billion for the previous years, 500,000 that are still in operation. Anyway, if you haven't already heavily invested in Tesla, what do you need to hear? That was not investment advice. Anyway, there's also rumors flying around this morning about Juniper. There are some pictures. If you go on X, you can find some of these pictures of what people are saying is the uncamouflaged version of the Juniper. To be honest, I hope not. They're not flattering, the kind of old Corolla looking. Maybe they are, and maybe they're just not a very flattering angle. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but there's also a lot of rumors that they will be out within 2 weeks. Again, these are completely rumors. Everything that we've heard so far is rumors. The only actual factual piece of information we have is the note from, I believe it was from the factory in Berlin, saying that people were being hired in Berlin specifically for Juniper, which would indicate that we have to be fairly, close to releasing the Juniper in Berlin. All right. Mario Nafal says, Elon, again quoting, we can make the blind see even if they were born blind. Our next part, this is about Neuralink, our next part will be blindsight. So even if someone has lost both eyes, lost the optic nerve, or even been blind from birth, we can interface directly with the visual cortex in the brain and enable them to see. We already have this working with monkeys. There you go. Actually, I have a monkey who has had that for 2 years now. So this is well along in development. Is that enough phenomenal news for one morning out of Elon Musk to bring us up to date? Now, of course, what we still need from Elon would be, in fact, the specs on Optimus and also the pricing on Optimus. If now that we have the projected shipping dates, which is one of the 3 things I've been asking for, if we get the specs and we get the pricing, then Wall Street can actually sit down and do the numbers. But Wall Street, you don't have to really wait. Take the smallest number you want. Take 10,000 per bot profit, multiply that out times Elon's projections, and you think they're going to make less than 10,000 on one of these things? I don't think so. So take any number you want, multiply it times the number of bots that Elon's talking about. I think you'll get to a number that would cause you to want to be heavily invested in Tesla. And I'm not going to be giving investment advice to, the Wall Street many. These guys are so smart. I mean, they've got it all figured out. Now, you add to that Robotaxi, which apparently is looking more and more and more like it's going to be rolling out by midsummer. If that rolls out by midsummer and we start to see revenue from that, once again, Cathie Wood says that by 2029, her medium case would be about 2,700 per share. You know, okay. What's coming up later today? Let me tell you something. I'm going to have a special video coming out later this morning. Probably not till mid-morning, you know, like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. And what it's going to be completely off subject. It's going to be about using major, big time, what do you want to call it? Flying tanker drones. Hundreds of them, maybe even thousands of them, setting those up into staging areas that are always available to be flown to the fires in the western region of the United States and Canada. This will be a joint Canadian-U.S. effort in order to stage these vehicles. Again, if necessary, 1,000 of them. 1,000. It might cost 30 million a piece. Okay, $3 billion. Or 30, is that 30 billion? 30 billion. 1,000 of them, 30 billion. I mean, give me a break. So we staged $30 billion worth of these things, 1,000 of them, and we fly them within, let's say, based on the staging, you can have a lot of them to a fire within 3 hours. Some of them maybe within an hour. Anyway, I'm going to do a video on my general impressions on that, along with videos to prove that it's potentially possible to actually do this. Anyway, like I say, off topic, but I put something up about this last night on X, and it has gone viral. And if you'd like to see more about it now, just go over on X. You can see the whole story. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, did I do my victory dance about the number of Optimus that Elon is planning to make in 2026 and 2027? Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to do a little dance here. How do you do the Trump dance here? Yeah, I guess those were my numbers. Yeah, I think Brian Wang was agreeing with me, and Scott Walter. We were a year ahead on the 1,000 drones. We said we thought that would be in 2024, but now it'll just be 5,000 in 2025 instead of 1,000 in 2024. I mean, okay, we were off a bit, but I think we were pretty close. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about all this crazy news about Tesla this morning. I'm excited. I hope you are. It has been great. Last night, what did I have last night? Brian, so much yesterday. I don't know which ones to put up. Brian White video last night. We had a Brian Wang video yesterday afternoon. All of those were phenomenal. The Jeff Lutz conversation was absolutely, I'll put all 3 of those up. You got lots of stuff you can go watch right now if you have some time and interest. All right, now like, subscribe, notify, and join Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. It's been great talking to you.